What it do, homies? It's your boy Dave, and I'm back today. We out here about to check out the band called Mastodon. Now, this is a new band to me. I don't believe that I've reacted to them before, but we're gonna check out Oblivion. So let's go ahead, shut up, and turn it up. Well, that's interesting artwork. The drums going off. Oh, whoa, okay, that was a switch change. Yo, tell me why, and tell me why for some reason, during the beginning of the intro of this, just the way that it sounded, it definitely had a more ominous feel to it, right? Like some type of curse is about to be played on it. And then they had the drums. Now, those drums almost sounded kind of like ritualistic, like something's about to happen. You know what I mean? Especially when they throw the drum and that bass in it. You know what I'm saying? And for I don't know why, but right in the beginning, it kind of almost gave me sort of like a Middle Eastern kind of feel. And before the artwork even came up, but then when the artwork came up, I was just like, yo, what is going on? But the ritualistic drums, right? The ominous beginning, and then right now we're about to rush into something completely different. So that was an amazing intro. Okay, so it's going to be kind of hard to kind of figure out where to pause. Now, this song has a whole lot of transitions. It's almost as if we're listening to a story like a book being unfolded. And every time the page turned, right, we're getting like a different story, like a different chapter in the supposedly person or object or thing that they're talking about. Right. And not only that, but the vocals are changing as well to kind of give us different levels of intensity based on the emotion that the song is supposed to be sung with. Also, when the first part of it sounded like there was like a tambourine or something being played. What's going on here, man? It's just it's all over the place. Oh, and that's, you know what? Oblivion, right? Oblivion. When we think about the word oblivion, that's pretty much like, you know, I don't know. I forgot the actual term of oblivion. I'm thinking of like, I'm gonna destroy you to oblivion or something like that. But I could see that now. Lost in oblivion, chaos, right? I tried to fall into the ground, breaking all the fingers and the nails from my hand. The eyes of the child see no wrong. Ignorant bliss and blending blows. Bright eyes fading fast. I love this chorus. Okay, so I had to look up real quick about the word. I had to look up the word Oblivion real quick because I had an idea what it meant. I just couldn't pin down. But the act of being confused or lost or not really understanding what's going on. Immediately after I looked up the definition of oblivion, I started thinking of the word oblivious, right? When somebody's oblivious of something. And then that led me to thinking of people who have like dementia, right? People who can't remember things. So and then when we compare that to the sounds that we were listening to, we definitely had a lot of highs. We had a little bit of fast pace. We had some ominous stuff going on. And I was talking about we had like some more tribal kind of drums, ritualistic kind of drums in the beginning. So I started thinking about, if you had dementia, you must be almost in like a state of confusion almost the entire time. But when you do remember things, there are like some joys to it. When it's like, oh, you're not my daughter. You're like, yes, I am daughter. So a picture, you're like, oh, you know what I mean? And then it's just the chaotic nature of having to live with, like dementia. And I know that there's other type of things that Oblivion can mean. This is just the one that I'm going to latch on because it makes sense in my head. But that chaotic and that confusion and those temporary slips of knowledge that you lose throughout your living can be a little bit scary, right? And they come and it goes, right? So we had a whole lot of time signature switches in here and a whole lot of different type of pacings. So that kind of gives me that idea of, losing memories, regaining them, losing them, or getting in the car and forgetting where you're at, like just a state of confusion, like oblivion, oblivious. So the time signature changes gives it kind of like that chaotic nature. And the switch up in the tempos gives you like that chaotic nature. The ominous sounds that we got because it can be scary as well. Now the ritualistic drums, I like those because it almost sounded like they were like kind of like they weren't basic drums, but you know what I mean. Like when you return to like your like. When somebody goes in like your animal instincts, right? Because remember, imagine us being like really, really starved and drinking everything. We return to like our basic instincts. So I'm sitting here thinking that, if somebody with dementia or somebody was lost in oblivion or somebody who was oblivious and everything, they would attempt to try to return to the base as much as they could and kind of start over from there. Where you're like, you forget where you're at. Or like, okay, let me try to go back to what I do know. You know what I mean? Like when you're thirsty and when you're hungry, you go back to like your basic instincts because that's something that you can rely on, like that foundation, right? Okay, man, let's freaking go. This is an amazing song, man. I hope I broke it down enough and I have a good enough understanding to figure out what this is about. So either way, it was a lot interesting, especially when I'm trying to nod my head, but then they switch it up, right? Because I myself was confused about what was going on. So I think this was performed wonderfully. All right, y'all, that's the end of this video. If you enjoyed the content, leave a like and subscribe. Dave's out.